Hello folks, it's Mike here with another video for you. Nice sunny day today, and I hope you're all keeping safe and well in these unusual times that we're experiencing at the moment. One of the things I've been asked for on some of the other videos is a bit more of town riding. So today I thought while I'm out for my ride with my sandwiches and flask in the top box, we'll take a little ride across Ipswich, looking at the different hazards that we encounter along the way, and pointing out one or two of the buildings that make up the landscape of Ipswich. So we're entering into Ipswich now on the main road from Carriageway. Not so much traffic at the moment, obviously, because a lot of people are still not travelling to work, working from home. And we're just coming up to what used to be two roundabouts, is now a large island with a roundabout at one end. So the thing that we need to be looking out for here is people in the wrong lanes, swapping lane. As you can see today, pretty much deserted. And we're going to follow the directions into the town centre. So here we've got the entrance or the exit to the Ipswich Hospital, so quite often there's ambulances coming out that way. Another motorcyclist out. And up ahead we've got Pedestrian Crossing and then a mini roundabout in the distance. We're going to be going left. So just checking what's going on behind me, indicating. No cyclists in the cycle lane today. And now we're entering onto a type of road that a lot of towns have. Big old Victorian road, long straight road. And the thing we need to watch out for along here is all the side roads and crossroads. Vehicles entering and exiting from them. And sometimes vehicles just driving straight across when they don't realise that they've come across a major part of the crossroads. So I'm sitting out central to the road towards the white line, keep myself away from both parts of the crossroads and side roads. And up ahead we can see the traffic lights are on green, and they're now changing down to red. So checking mirrors, still nothing behind us, easing off and just rolling in nice and gently. Selecting first gear, just making sure there's nobody coming through. And now we're going to head down in towards town. So we've got a hill here. So just watching the bike doesn't run away. In third gear, just enough natural engine braking to hold the bike back. Keeping away from the parked cars. And we've got a junction on the left hand side here which is at quite an angle, so just watching out for any vehicles that may come flying down there. And ahead we've got the railway viaduct. Hard to believe that that's been sitting there for nearly 150 years. It's still in daily use. All the allotments on the right hand side, so just be watching out for anybody who's coming out from the exits on the right hand side here. And the roads are fairly deserted, but we need to be careful, not get lulled into complacency. Other people may be using the empty roads as an advantage to drive a bit faster than perhaps they should be. And also perhaps not looking out for so many other vehicles. So just waiting here at the red traffic lights, vehicle behind me, and got the bike in neutral. Give the old clutch hand a little bit of a rest. So we've got cycle lane on the left hand side. Just check there that nobody's crept up while I've been waiting for the lights to change. Delivery van pulling into the left hand side here. Just watch that he isn't going to do a 180 turn, which is sometimes what they can do if they're looking for a premise to deliver to. And we've got one of Ipswich's 20 to plenty. Schools are still open at the moment. Nobody about, so just keep the speed down a little bit. And another set of traffic lights ahead. So just watching the vehicles behind. Coming down to a nice slow controlled stop. No snatching at the brakes. Nice and smooth finish, and then into neutral again. So as we look ahead, we can see that this road has got one of Ipswich's few bus lanes. There are a few dotted about. Just need to be mindful that they can have buses in them, taxis, not motorcycles in Ipswich. One of the few towns in the country that don't allow motorcycles into bus lanes. Although some people do still use them, so need to keep aware. So the building on the left here is the Suffolk County Hall. Used to be a jail, used to be a place of execution. Eventually became the Suffolk County Council offices, and then now it's standing and becoming derelict, unfortunately. You may be able to see on the video the statue on the left hand side there. All made of metal. There's one or two of them dotted about Suffolk. So just easing for the bus, watching the pedestrian who's not using the crossing. And then we're going to come along here, which is the main bus depot, although the buses don't actually live here. This is just the main collection and drop-off point, so need to be wary of buses pulling out. Also pedestrians crossing the road to get to their bus. More concentrating on getting to their bus than what's on the road. Just need to be careful with these pedestrian crossings. They've got a raised platform, and even though the road is 30 mile an hour, if you hit those at 30, even on a adventure bike, they'll put your spine through the top of your head. So just ease off a little for those. Here we've got a section of dual carriageway, part of an experiment or part of a development back in the 60s in Ipswich, where they were starting to build an inner ring road of dual carriageway, where they destroyed great swathes of Ipswich centre. Unfortunately, the money ran out and it goes nowhere. So as we come along here, there's lots of little shops. Again, watching out for pedestrians. Very, very quiet today. So traffic's already queuing for the traffic lights, checking my mirrors and just easing off. And running up behind this taxi here. We're going to be going left, so just keeping a close eye on my left mirror, just making sure nothing creeps up the left hand side. And there on the right, Ipswich's first block of flats that was built back in the 60s, called Cumberland Towers. We're just watching all these parked cars, just making sure there's no pedestrians wandering about. Anybody can step out from behind them. Again, watching the taxi. Is he actually pulling into the left? Or yes, he is. He is stopping. You just have to watch that sometimes people pull in like that and then do that 180 turn round. Again, lots of small shops, pedestrians about. And again, nice gentle stop, no diving on the suspension, just keeping it all nice and smooth and in check, blending the brakes together. And the taxi is now behind us. And we're just looking at the traffic ahead. There's got one vehicle that's going to be turning to our left, their right. So just watch that they're not going to cut across our path. Just checking for vehicles coming in from left and right. Could be emergency vehicles or somebody's missed the traffic lights. Keep well away from the cyclist who's on the path in case they bump off. With it being so empty today, it's quite okay to come along here at a steady 30 mile an hour. On a busier day that may not be appropriate. So ahead we're looking to the distance, got the railway bridge. Thing to watch out with some of these is you'll see, you may not be able to see on the video, but over the years they've lowered the road underneath to allow bigger vehicles to get through. So it means you do end up with a dip underneath where water and debris can collect. And just stop behind the advanced stop line for the cycle box ahead of us. Also keeps us well back from the junction from people cutting across the corner a bit. Particularly true of some of the large lorries that come out of this road on the left. So I'm going to tuck right over to the left here for the lorry, just in case anybody's walking out from behind. And then resume our position towards the centre of the road. White van on the left hand side here. Looks like it's parked in somebody's front garden, nobody in the driver's seat. Tyre and exhaust place is open today. And we're just looking up the road again as far into the distance as we can see where that white building is, looking at the traffic coming through, parked cars on the right hand side. Just watching what this lorry is doing. And then I'm just going to hold a strong position in the centre of the road here. Equalising all the hazards, make myself visible to anybody who's coming from ahead. So we've got some of these speed humps here and another raised platform pedestrian crossing. So I'm just going to take it easy across here. You can see some of the gouges in there where the cars haven't slowed down. And we've got a dust cart collecting the bins. So just watching to see what's going on. I'll just hold back a little bit until they've sorted themselves out. Okay. So just trickle through here, watching out for the bin men. Vehicle ahead is indicating left, so we don't want to be distracted by the bin men. And again, strong position towards the centre of the road, equalising those hazards again. And then up ahead we can see the A12, or no sorry, so it's A14 dual carriageway that's going over this exit road from Ipswich. Garden centre on the left hand side, which may be open. And we've got a vehicle with lots of yellow hazard lights on. Cyclists, always be wary that they may decide to overtake the cyclist. Not everybody will hold back and allow the priority to take place. So again, the road is going downhill now, just making sure the bike doesn't run away from us. And we just entered Brantford. So that was a little run today across Ipswich, looking at one or two of the different types of roads, one or two of the different types of hazards. Obviously hardly any traffic today, so not a great deal of moving hazards to deal with, but still lots of parked cars, lots of features of the roads to deal with. So I hope you found this useful. If you have, please hit the subscribe button, as they say on all good YouTube videos, and you'll be notified then when I upload new content, which I'll try to do some more of now that we're able to get out a little bit with a bit more riding. Let me know the sort of things you'd like to see, and until next time, keep safe.